Alright guys, Will here from ZaltekReviews.com. Well, I've got another one, another Traska. As you might know, I'm a huge Traska fanboy. I would put Traska watches as my number one, not one of the, but number one micro brand. It just ticks all my boxes. Now, as I said in a recent video, I said I always kind of disregarded 36mm watches, as I always thought they were too small. But I've kind of transitioned between wearing 40mm, 41mm, sometimes 42, and I've always liked a 39 as well. But recently, I've kind of headed towards the direction of 36, 37, 38, especially if it's a sports watch. If it's a diver, I'll kind of go for 39, 40. And that's basically the range of watches that I like. It kind of suit my wrist. My wrist size is 6 3/4 inches. So it's not, I've seen a lot smaller and heard of a lot smaller than that, but I don't think my wrist is too thin. But I still think that, especially a sports watch or even a dress watch, know that I wear many of them. But a 36, 37, 38 suits my wrist perfect. So I started looking more at brands that offer 36s and the 37s and that. And I think I've reviewed nearly every model of Traska watches. But I've always disregarded the 36s and just not even looked at them until recently. I was looking through, I got a newsletter for John. John's the owner of Traska, by the way. And I'm thinking, basically the newsletter said the entire model range has been updated. Every single model. And I thought, right, I've done the Venturer GMT, I've done the Freediver, I've done the Summer Tier. Although, saying that, the Summer Tier that I reviewed was quite a while ago, so I might get another one of them in. I've reviewed the other ones as well, but as I say, I always skip to 36s. So I looked at the Commuter, and I was looking at the 36s, and it was quite comical, really. I started looking from left to right at the different colours. Then I seen this. I'm like, are you shitting me? A white one? And I went in, I clicked on it, I went in, and you can have date or no date. And I'm like, how the fuck did I miss this one? That's gorgeous. So I nearly fell over myself trying to message John. I was like, John, you need to send me one of them. How the hell I missed that, I've no idea. So, obviously I asked for one with the date, because that's what I prefer. And it arrived. And to be honest with you, it's fucking gorgeous. Right guys, to give this its official name, or what I'm giving it as official name, it is the Traska Commuter version 4. Still can't believe that I've missed these. Version 4? Fuck. And 36mm, and I would class it as especially the white one, I would class it as a dressy sports watch. The reference to this is 3204, i.e. the latest one. The price of these, $640 US. That's quite pricey, but to be honest, they're worth every single penny. sell another micro brand that you've got, sell your wife, sell your kids, do what you need to do. Get one of these. Any friggin' model for Traska is worth it. Is worth what they're charging, because it's not just, you know, the way it is now. Is John, the owner, keeps tweaking them, and you get to like version 4 now, and I mean, like the Freediver's on version 5, or is it version 6 now? I don't know, I can't remember. Excuse me. But they're just perfect for what they are. That's the only way to describe these. Right, I'm going to run through the specs. I'll try and not make this video too long. Right then, case dimensions and whatnot. Right, the diameter, my own measurements as per usual. The diameter is 36.8mm. The watch has a total thickness of 10.3mm, a lug-to-lug of 44.3mm, and a 20mm lug width. The total weight of this watch, with the bracelet sized for my 6 3/4 inch wrist, is 121 grams. The movement inside it, you've got a choice of two, because you can have date or no date. The date version is the Miyota 9019. Now you might think, oh, what's the difference between the 9019 to the 9015? Well, I'll tell you. It's slightly slimmer. The pinion stack. Not by much, but it's a slight tweak. That's what I'm saying about Traska watches. They just keep refining it and refining it, even to the point of using the 9019 instead of the 9015. Anyway, right, you can also get this in no date, and so they use a true no date movement, which is the 9039 automatic, and both of them are 28,800 vibrations an hour, 24 joules, hackable, self-winding, with a 42-hour power reserve. Now, a lot of people aren't that keen on Miyota movements, and I say to that, well, you're an idiot, because I think they're fantastic movements. I've had well over 100 watches with the 9 series Miyota movement. Not one has been ridiculously with crap accuracy or anything like that. They've all been relatively single figures, whether it's minus or plus seconds a day. They're super thin, one of the thinnest movements that you can get for an automatic. I mean, what's not to like? People say, oh, they're a bit noisy. Are they bollocks? They're not noisy at all. I mean, if you shake the watch and put it right up next to your ear, you're going to hear a sound. Of course you are. But you get that with Solita movements and even the high-end stuff, like the 300 series Solita stuff. You're still going to hear something. Anyway, I don't get that. I think these movements are brilliant. If I was launching a brand, I would use the Miyota 9019. Definitely the 9 series. I wouldn't make no date movements. Watches. I would have a date at 6, obviously. Right, see, I'm waffling already and I'm only the third line of my notes. Right, the case on these, brushed and polished 316L stainless steel. I say that pretty much on every single watch review, but the finishing is outstanding. Can't fault it whatsoever. Brushing is super fine. And I mean, look at that. Look how the bracelet fits to the watch head itself. I mean, that's perfect. It's almost like it's integrated, like it's part of the watch, but it's not, obviously. It's just done perfectly. The tolerances are super fine. I mean, that's solid. And just the shape of the bracelet end like to the watch head, it's identical. Female end links as well on the bracelet, fantastic. Drilled lugs as well, great, superb. And the bracelet is, it's perfect. Oh, the watch head, the bezel, the whole watch, the bracelet, the clasp, everything. It also has Traska's hardness coating. And to be honest with you, it's the best in the business. I don't know, it's not just a normal hardness coating that you get on other watches. The Traska one's the best. You could get a screwdriver and start trying to scratch. Excuse me. Hang on a sec. You could get a screwdriver and try and scratch this. It's not going to happen. I had to put my point across. I had a version 1 freediver until recently. I sold it. But, I mean, that dated, when was that? 2018? And it's now, well, that was 6 years ago. And I'm not kidding, it was spotless, brand new. Even though I never abused it, I never abused any of my watches. You know, but I did wear it multiple times, loads and loads of times over those 6 years. And the condition was perfect. That just goes to show you what the hardness coating's like. Right, I'm waffling again. Oh, fuck. The bezel on this, it's like, well, let's see. It's brushed and it's polished. Brushed on top, which is perfect. Then you've got a polished chamfered. You can see it there. A polished chamfer just below the brushing. And it's lovely. Perfectly done. Lost my place. Right, the dial. On this one, right, it's a lacquered dial. It has applied hour markers, buttons all round. The rest of the watch is printed, and like the logo and the text, it's all printed. The minute marker, minute track is also printed in black, which is perfect for a white dial. The hands are diamond cut, and this has been like an evolution of, well, I'm guessing like this when the Commuter was first launched. They just, as I say, they just keep tweaking it. It's great. It's fantastic. What else have we got? Diamond cut hands, as I said. You've got a dated 6. There's a frame round it, which I'm not keen on. I prefer it without the frame. I would just have the chamfered edge, or at least make the frame totally sunken into the dial. I mean, it doesn't stick out much. I know that they do that so it's kind of at the same level as the applied markers. I mean, it's not a deal breaker. At least the date is in the right position at 6. And all colourways are colour matched. No, they're not colour matched date wheels, are they? Well, it is for me on the white one, so I'm not really bothered. Talking of colourways, there are 4 colourways in the 36mm. There's also the 38mm version, but they do different colourways. But I'm not reviewing that today, so I'm just going to cover the 36mm options. The colour options you've got are Cypress green, then you've got steel blue, then you have carbon black, and obviously this one, Arctic white, and it is a pure white dial. Not all white dials are the same. A lot of people mess up white dials. Main reason being is they make it, oh, it's got a silver. Well, that's a silver watch then, innit? Or it's a cream dial. Or it's off-white. Make it white. But with white dial, you can't just transfer the indices and the hands from the other brand, the other colourways, because it's just going to get lost in a white dial. If like there's silver surrounds or silver hands, you can barely make that out on a white dial. But Traska, being Traska, know this, and as you can see, it's perfectly legible. It does have a silver tone when you see it with the polish and all that, but looking at the watch like that, the surrounds are like a dark gunmetal colour, and it's perfectly legible. So, spot on. Well done, John. The lume on this, Swiss Super Luminova BGW9. And it's great. It's not the strongest lume in the world. Main reason is the lack of real estate on the dial. I mean, the hour markers are quite thin, the hands are quite thin, but that's it's all proportionate as to what it should be. The execution and how it's been applied is bang on. Perfect. Right, the bracelet, I haven't even spoke about that yet. That is also brushed and polished. Screw pins for sizing. No, that's the wrong side. As you can see there, screws. Crap, wrong side. Excellent quality screws as well, by the way. In and out, no problem. No cross threading or anything. The clasp, I believe this has been updated or refined at least. I don't know about previous versions of this watch because I've never actually looked at it, especially in 36mm. But the clasp is perfect. It's not too long. It's not too short. It's got on-the-fly adjustment. And it's super refined. I'm not going to adjust it just to show you because I've got it perfectly sized for my wrist and I know what to move it. And look at that, perlage work. I mean, Traska watches don't have to do this, but they've done it since the beginning and it looks great. I love that. I've not actually seen any other brand that does this. So, aye, fantastic. Female end links as well, as I mentioned earlier. The bracelet is polished on the sides, but it's fully brushed on the top and super refined. Totally smooth. All rounded off on every blooming angle you can look at this. It's all rounded off. It looks fantastic. And obviously the clasp signed. Great, and it's polished on the sides as well to match properly. Superb. They just get better and better, John. The crystal on it is flat sapphire with AR coatings. I don't know how many, but there's more than one. And it's on the underside as well. I've not had any issues at all. with glare or anything like that. It's great. This watch is perfect for me as an everyday watch. There's no unnecessary complications on the watch. It's just a three-hander with a date. But it's not just that, it's the whole execution of the entire watch. It's just bang on. If I was creating a brand, this is pretty much what you'd get from me. Apart from the frame round the date. If I could produce that, I mean, I'd be a happy man. I'd probably make one watch and go, right, I'm done. Right, water resistance, 100 metres, which is more than acceptable. The deepest I dive is fucking Bath. Don't go any deeper than that. The case back's solid, by the way. No fuss on it whatsoever. It's pretty much sterile with basic specs and stuff. That's about it. There is a unique serial number, and that's how, if there is any warranty issues, I've had loads of Traska watches and never once had an issue. It's screw down as well, by the way, and perfect. What's next? You can buy these now. They are in stock. And to be honest with you, Traska watches normally sell out quick. So after, what is it, about a week, or nearly a week, since all these refreshes come out, I'm surprised that half of them are still in stock. But I think John, I think he made more than what he usually does, so that they don't, sell out straight away, which is great for us. You can buy these directly from their website. There's a link in the description, takes you to my website, and all the details of the watch and an image gallery, the different colourways. Direct links to each colourway of this. And last but not least, 3 years warranty. International, fully transferable. Should you ever make the mistake of selling a Traska watch, I wouldn't. This is not going anywhere because I can't stop wearing it. Because it just ticks all my boxes. Anyway, I think my video's long enough. Where are we at? 20 minutes. Aye, that's plenty. It goes without saying, Platinum Award. Right to the top of the tree. I'll be doing my Watch of the Year for 2024 sometime soon, once I find the time to do it, but I will do it before the end of the year. And this one is a very, very strong contender. But will it win? Maybe. Maybe not. Right guys, I'm out of here. Please like, share the video. Please comment below. Tell me what you think. What's your favourite micro brand and why? For me, it's Traska, and I've just spent the last 20 minutes telling you why. Also, please subscribe if you haven't already. I really appreciate it. Right guys, I'm off. Toodles!